All right, partner. Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is.
Punters, how is it going? I'm back. I'm back for the 23rd time. This is CueBall's Beat Rambles, episode 20 fucking 3. On today's episode, we have this is going to be a long intro again. No, I like my long intros at the moment. So we have a Celtic wrestling legend. I know we're going to get a few pops for that. We've got an extremely well-known and respected doorman around the Merthyr Tydfil area of Wales. Yeah. He is the host of the Total Respect Show. He was a boxer. He is also an author. He's a YouTube sensation through the Bolton Bass Valley Adventures, the Juggy and Show. Do you know what? You name it, he's fucking done it, okay? So, punters, this is none other than Auntie Thomas, a.k.a. Thomas Bassey.
How you doing? You forgot rugby player.
Rugby, and he's a rugby player. There we go. So
10 years playing rugby as well. So
there we go.
how you doing? Okay? Were you right? Everything all right?
All good, man. You all right?
Yeah, doing all right. We nearly out of this lockdown in me, so all good.
Yeah, it's been a nightmare. I can't wait to get back in that arena and kick some ass. Kind of. So I believe the first time we actually met was at Scout's wedding. 2013.
All right. Yeah. It was a good day.
Yeah, obviously I didn't make that much of an impression because you can't remember that. So there we go. Oh, good.
I had a few to drink that day as well. So
good day. So, should we get into the questions?
Yeah, carry on. All good.
So, obviously, as you know, you've watched this, and for the millions and millions watching at home, no. I like to ask this question. I like to ask this question because I just love hearing about it. Everybody's got a unique story. So, how and why did you get into wrestling?
I first went to see a local show in my hometown, Merthyr Tydfil, Ready Car. And it was Giant A Stacks, Pat Roach, Fit Finley was there. And I mean, it was an amazing, cracking show. And then a few years later, I must have been about 14, and it was on cable. Like I said, it wasn't Sky M days. You had a wire in the wall, and people used to do it for nothing. Then they do the cable. And there was every Thursday night, there was our wrestling program. I can't remember what promotion. You probably know more than me. The Road Warriors were on it. It was around that time. And then, like I said, it come on, I think it was on Sky One or something, and you had, what's it called, Superstars of Wrestling or something like that, a wrestling challenge. And I watched that, but the main one to get it for me was SummerSlam 89. And I was down a pub, drunk, and it was on 1 o'clock live in the morning. And me and the boys were watching. I think it was Hulk Hogan and Brutus Beefcake versus Zeus and someone, $1 Million Man, I think it was. And we were all there drunk, and I mean, you see Hogan coming out, and that was it for me. And I managed to get a copy of it the next day, and my mate had Sky, so he recorded for me, and I just watched it over and over. And then I get my mate to tape Sky, and in the end, like I said, we went and had Sky ourselves, and I was recording every single program was on. I was just hooked on it, addicted to it. And I started going to the live shows then. I started going around the world. I went to Vegas. I seen them in Florida. I was meeting all these wrestlers. Ultimate Warrior, Goldberg, The Rock, Big Show. I met them all. Just fascinated with it. And I must have seen it in my lifetime about 40 times live. But that's how I basically got into it. But like I said, I always wanted to become a wrestler as well, but there was no schools or anything around in Wales at the time. And so basically I just done rugby for 10 years, and then I got into boxing. But at the back of my mind, I always wanted to be a wrestler, but which I got to at a later stage. And like,
nice. That's a different one, different story. This is why I love doing that first question for, because I just love hearing everybody's different stories. It's great. So, a few years down the line, you're wrestling. on Celtic wrestling. Yeah. So tell me what your first year in the wrestling business was like.
I was late getting into the wrestling. I finished boxing at 35 because I was the age limit for amateur, and I fought the black man in Cardiff, and he took my head off, and I was overweight, and I thought that's it for me. But I had a friend about Tommy Dean at the time, my mate Warren, and he was nagging me to start wrestling because he'd heard that Cayman had a school running somewhere. I think it was in Cardiff. And he just nagged me because I'd be on the pub doors, and he was a ticket flyer at the time. And he just nagged me. In the end, I gave up. And I think he introduced me to Cayman one night at the pub. And Cayman said, come. And then I said, we had 5 months of training, 4 or 5 months of training. There was Cayman had his first show, then the Big Bang. And I ended up doing a debut in the Rumble at the end. And it was only a 1 minute spot. And I mean, my mate, I think I hit my mate, he hit me back, and then he went by the ropes. I closed him over the ropes, and both of us was out there. But we ended up, funny story, we ended up fighting outside the ring, and I speared him through a door, and then we was heading to the back. So like I said, we only had a minute spot. So as we got to the back, all these other wrestlers are waiting to come out for the Rumble, and they're all in a row. So we smashed through the door. We taken about 5 fucking wrestlers down with us. They're all over the floor. There's people, and it was like pretty good names at the time, then. Dragon Isu, and I can't remember the rest, but we were all on the floor. We all laughed about it in the end later, like, but I think me and my mate were a bit bigger than all of them anyway, so they were going to say anything. But then I went on to my first match, then was like a month later against a boy called Steve Barter, the Workman, and we rehearsed the match in training, and we had a nice 8 minute, I think it was one of the opening for the shows in Cardiff again. We had a good 8-10 minute match, and I ended up getting the pin, and that was the start of my career then in Celtic wrestling.
Nice. So, yeah. So, right, there we go. So you've done your boxing, yeah. So
yeah.
How do you, if this is the right word, how would you transition from being a boxer to becoming a wrestler? Obviously, you're boxing, you're fucking knocking shit.
Exactly, yeah. It was hard because, like I said, I had a bit of a reputation in the town as well, being on the doors. I was head doorman of clubs. And then to go to, it used to find it hard on shows because people be coming to saying, oh, Shirley, which is my nickname. That's why I came my nickname me, Bassey. And people would come to the shows and they'd expect me because they know what I'm like boxing and what I'm like on the doors. And they come to the wrestling ring and they can see him boys, 12 stone in, hitting me down and they're thinking, what the fuck's going on? Like, but people, they know what's happening really, don't they? They know it's entertainment. And ask your question again because I got totally off subject.
That's all right. No, that's cool. The transition between boxing and wrestling. Just how was it different?
Obviously, I had to hold back a bit. And then fighting like the boys as well. We're not throwing. Although when we came and used to get in the ring, it was one show in Aberfan. We've gone at each other and he hit me with 5 punches straight away. And I've seen stars. And like I said, when me and him always got in there, we'd give it all. We wasn't far off. I wouldn't say real, because we could have killed each other. But we always used to it hard. But like you said, you know what you're doing. You look after the wrestler you're wrestling. If you're fighting someone 4 or 5 times later, you're not going to start smashing them with full right hooks or something, But it's just how good you make it. But it did find it hard in a way, but in a way I knew to hold back, and leave them at me and make it look good,
No, that's fair enough. But it's good that you was able to you knew your limits, basically, So,
exactly, yeah.
So, all right, so throughout your whole time in Celtic wrestling, who would you say, or what would you say was your favourite match?
Oh, favourite match? Fucking hell, now you put me on the spot. I think I had about 125 matches. Trimble's there now, he's a Bible of CW. He's going like, no, you have not, you had 123, but favourite match? Oh, God. I used to like interactive title because there was a lot of different matches. They had dog collar matches, strap matches, boxing matches, hardcore matches. I used to like matches a lot, but probably if I had to pick a moment, the best part was when I did win the CW Heavyweight Championships in Cardiff. There was 200 people there, and me and Cayman went all around the building. I done a rolling Samoan outside the ring onto concrete with him, and the crowd was just going fucking crackers. But I was an heel. Now, in from my hometown, I was a face. So, but when in Cardiff, like Cayman was loved down there, and I was a face down there for a while, but then I turned, so I was hated down there. And when I won that belt that night, we played up on there. But it was a brilliant moment. It was me and my brother, I'm holding the thing up, and we just played fuck for them. And they were hating us, which, I mean, does the job, doesn't it? That's probably my favourite match in Celtic. Although, again, I've had matches with so many people. If I probably had to pick my best feud, it'd be Chris Recall, because the matches I had with him, I mean, we pulled some moves off and all that. But like I said, best moment, winning the belt, but probably Chris Recall as well for the feuds and the amount of matches me and him had. Like.
Yeah. All right. So it's funny because Chris Recall has come up quite a lot on whenever I brought guys on who started out with Celtic or they had some time in Celtic wrestling. They always bring up, obviously they bring up Cayman as well. Everybody knows and loves Cayman. But Chris Recall is one who always gets brought up. So I think I may have to bring him on, maybe.
Yeah, him on there. He'll get on, yeah.
I think on.
Although I have asked him to go on my show as well, and he's not having none of it. So I think he's on a bit shy. You know what I mean? He never used to be, but if he's listening to this, Chris, CueBall, Rambles, and Total Respect Show, sort it out, son.
Yeah, on it. So, all right, and let's talk a bit about your time in boxing then, because we can't just speak about wrestling at all. I know I don't really know much about boxing and all the other stuff you've done, but we're going to speak about some of the other stuff. So let's talk about your time in boxing.
Boxing, I started late again. See, you hear most boxers boxing amateur, they start 10 years of age. I didn't start boxing until I was 27 years of age. So there's a lot of young boys up there. Because I was super heavyweight, which was over 15 stone or 14.4, I think it was. I was fighting boys 6'6", 19 stoners, but I had a good career in it. About 27 fights. I think I won about 15. Drilling.
Good. It's all good.
And then I liked the boxing. I went to Italy with Joe Calazaghi's Welsh team. Boxed out in Italy twice. 2 good fights out there, and I made it to 2 super heavyweight Welsh finals. Lost both of them, one on a majority, one on an amnes. So I had a pretty good career in boxing, but fought all over the place. Cardiff, I fought Scottish boys. I used to be good sparring mates with Enzo McAnally, who went on to win, I think it was a WBU heavyweight title, cruiserweight title or something like that. So I become good mates with him. There's a funny little story, because he went on to be world champion. Me and him used to go sparring over a gym, professional gym called Di Gardner's. And so Enzo was another big wrestling fan. So we go to sparring, and I'd have a Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt on, and he'd have a Rock t-shirt on. And we'd battle lumps out to each other. And then we go back and talk about the Monday Night Raw the night before. So I don't know if many people know about that, but he, like I said, he went on, he done amazing, Enzo did. But I sparred with Enzo about 2 years. I also fought the beast from Bonamine, Dara Morgan. He went on to pro. And like I said, it was interesting. I enjoyed it because I always wanted to be a boxer as well. But it's an hard old game. Once you're in there, you're on your own. With wrestling, the other person can help you, give you a breather and that. But once you're in that ring on your own, when you've done 5 rounds in the Welsh final, you're close to death. You can't breathe. It's burning, and you got to just keep going. But only once I got stopped, and like I said, that was my last fight. He hit me so many, and the ref stopped it. But I stopped the fucking few as well. And so it was all good. I enjoyed it. But like I said, I finished at 34, 35, and best thing I ever done, because I got into wrestling, and I had 5 to 10 years cracking with wrestling. Enjoyed that.
Wow, that's impressive. That's a really impressive run, man. Fair play. Well done. So next we're going to speak about your YouTube your YouTube videos or your YouTube shows that you do, because you do a lot of them, don't you?
Yeah, I got thousands. A lot of people don't know as well. I'm an historian. I know me, and I like my archaeology. I run an history site on my town, 14,000 members. I run Roman sites. Merthyr Decking Club, I run that. But like I said, the comedy side as well. When I done Valley Adventures, we had 275 videos online. But then Bolt, or Thunderbolt Tommy Dean, what you want to call him, he had the codes to the channel, and he thought some of them were shit, and he went and took 40 videos off, which I think we lost because we didn't have them. And I played Elrin over that because we should have just left them on because everyone liked different videos. And we had a few phone calls now. We got offered to go on Google Box, and because they liked Channel 4, they said, we love your videos. Would you be interested? So I had a word with him. He said, yeah, we go on Google Box. I sent an email back to the wrong fucking people. So who knows where we could have been now? I mean, we could have been in a celebrity jungle. I don't know. I mean, but I contacted them again a year later. They said, oh, we'll keep you in mind now. But the chance was there. It was on a plate. They were ringing us. But like I said, in the end, with Valley Adventures, I had loads of stuff going in the end because I'd write all the comedy of it. But he put his input in as well. Obviously, he did write some. But in the end, he was working night security. He was sleeping in the days. I just nagging and nagging. I said, I got this idea. I mean, this is going to be brilliant. But I don't know if his art was out really. He was resting and other stuff in his life going on. So we ended up finishing. And then, like I said, my mate, he come along in the Juggy and Shirl show. What's that? I'm going nuts for them now. Yeah, and, what it is, my mate Juggy, and he got fucking hell, man. You're fair, it is, or whatever. Yeah, what it was then with Juggy and Shirl. So my mate, he got an inoperable brain tumor, Juggy, and so I said to him, because what you see on that video is me and him in real life. That's how comedy we like our flat out. Or obviously it's a bit more for the video and it's all, you know, things going on. But I said to him one day, why don't we put this on video and do episodes? And he said no at first, and then he come up. He said, look, I've been thinking about it. He said, I got this inoperable brain tumor, and he said, a couple of years I'm going to be gone. He said, I want something to leave my grandkids. Let's start filming. And that was about four years ago. And I think we're on our 35th video. We got lined up for this weekend now. And when we was having tens of thousands of views on Facebook, but that's gone good as well. So it's really taken off. And I think if we caught this now 10 years ago, it could have gone all the way, I think. Like, because Juggy did appear in a few Valley Adventures as well. I don't know if you've seen him. He's running over a car on one of them. So he's always been a headbanger as well. But like I said, it's an hard game. You know yourself. We got a YouTube channel, and some of our videos will have 50 views. And but you put them on Facebook, and I don't know if it's realistic. Some of our videos have 10,000 views. So it's just, like my mate, he works at the BBC, and he said, look, it's getting the right connection, you know, when someone's spotting it, and he said you could go places, but if it happens, it happens. But we're happy, we make people laugh. I mean, that's what it's all about, like.
Yeah, that I came across the one you put out the other week, where it's like a compilation of you two doing stuff. I thought that was hilarious.
What was it? Sorry.
It was one you put out. I think it was 14th of August. I think it was. I think it's like a compilation. Summer compilation.
Oh yeah. The Benny Hill music. That's right. The old Benny Hill music.
Yeah, brilliant. That was so funny, I must admit. But them two shows, I will put the description. No, I won't. Fuck me. I'll put the links of the YouTube channels in the description below. So if anybody watch this, they fancy having a laugh, go and watch them, because they are fucking hilarious, in fairness.
Awesome.
Right, so doorman. You've been a doorman for 25 years, I want to say, if I'm right, or maybe longer.
25 years this year, yeah.
Okay. So, any memorable moments?
Oh, fucking hell. No,
this could go on for some time, so
As you know, cheap plug, I got the book out. Total Respect, My Life on the Doors. #1 on Amazon in February was. It's still in the top 10. It's shooting it out. And there's so many stories there. But it's not just about bouncing. I may have called it the wrong name because it's all about all parts of my life. I mean, wrestling, bit of everything in it. But memorable moments, if I had to say, memorable moments. One, which is on a negative note, is when I nearly got stabbed and died and fighting about 15 boys. We ended up smashing a few of them up. But then someone went outside. I went out to help him, and someone hit me over the head with a fucking green gin bottle, straight over the head, unconscious, apparently. They were all stamping on me. Two of my mates saved my life, dragged me back in. So that was probably a negative moment. But so many knockouts, you know what I mean? I don't want to come across as a bully because everyone who knows me in my town knows I'm not a bully. Yeah. But when people started, I fucking finish it, you know what I mean? And that's always been the case. And when I got stabbed, I become, I don't know, maybe I was a bit quieter before, but after I got stabbed, I come out of my shell, you know what I mean? And I thought, I'm not taking on more. And since then, I mean, I never lost or nothing. I mean, I always sorts of trouble out. Memorable moment. Threw a girl at the pub, my mate did. She phoned her husband, who was another doorman. He come down off his face on drinking drugs and ploughed into me and my mate on the door in cars. I hit the wall, my mate hit the floor, smashed all his legs in. Adrenaline, I just went nuts. I started putting my hand through the window and he parked the car up. I battered fuck out of him and he got pulled apart. I beat him again, and he's supposed to be the hardest man in the town, or whatever all that bullshit they say. And but he had his come up on Saturday night, you know what I mean? And then a week later, he come back and apologised. He said he was off his face. He should have rung me first. And I knew him. I knew him well. That was a pretty memorable moment. Mm. But there's so many. Like I mean, I've been in fucking fights with rugby teams and that, and I've been on for so many years, GBH charges, but not one of them went to court. It always got thrown out, which proves, I mean, that I never started it. And there was one dick as well. He was another supposed to be a hard man, bully boy, you know, town. He come in one night, he bought his youth rugby team with him, kicked off. He batted me in the face because we were throwing one or two of his youth out. And we weren't throwing him out hard, we were just walking him out. He just stuck his nose in, stuck the head of me, went to fisticuffs, and he was knocked out for about 45 minutes. And I got arrested, locked up for 17 hours, and I was bailed. But what he done, he's a silly fucker, he come back the following week after I was bailed, and he was going across the road, chops in, and with that, I went and reported to the police. So I thought, he'd come to my workplace again. We had it on CCTV, so that didn't help his case, and that got dropped, like. But like I said, the last 5 years, I'm touch wood, I'm on a table. I haven't punched no one, knocked no one out, and so basically, I just choke them out now. It's easier, and no, I mean, and I've never been in trouble for the last 6 years, so happy days.
That's yeah, that sounds absolutely fucking wild. So yeah, I'm glad it's kind of calmed down for you. So what has made you stick at it? I mean, a lot of people, after all the stuff you've been through, surely they would just want to quit and do other stuff. But what's made you stick around?
Well, I'm in a good pub at the moment, nightclub. I made doorman in there, about 7, 8 boys working under me. Them fights I'm all about. When I was in a big club called the Coolers in Merthyr, we was having 10 fights a night. And I was on for all the GBHs and ABHs. But in this new pub, I mean, we get a few problems with pikeys and different other people, but it's nothing like it was before. Like, so I made doorman in there. I do a couple of nights a week, and I mean, I only do it for the money. If I had another job, I haven't got the brains. I left school with no qualifications, always laboured, you know, done a bit of work. But I hope to get out there in the end. Where I end up, I don't know. Like, but I'm into my history, so I'd like to get involved with that somehow. But I don't know. I see how it goes. Like, but as long as I always say, people come on me on the doors, and they come on me and they say, "Oh, you still bouncing? You've got to be 50 now," which I am. I turned last month. And I put my fist up. I said, see that? I said, as long as I can knock you fucking out, I'll still keep doing it. So that's my feeling on it. I mean, when your arse goes and you don't want to know, it's time to get out of there then. But my arse ain't gone yet, so I got to keep doing it, get the money in. I mean, and you got kids and bills, you know, yourself, you got to do something.
No, that's fair enough. I mean, if you're still enjoying it, then why not do it? I suppose, I know.
I don't so much enjoy it, but it's a routine. I've done it 25 years, every weekend. Yeah. I think the only time I had a month off was when I got stabbed, and when I got stabbed there, they ripped all that out as well. When I got knocked out with the gym bottle, I didn't get around to that. Someone had stabbed me with a knife. That was all peeled apart, and the muscle was hanging out of the arm. But the bouncers managed to cover that. But then they put the operation, they took the muscle out. They done my thumb as well that day as well. And 4 weeks later, I was still in plaster, and I was working in a different venue then. And I went back to work on the door with a plaster. So I thought, I'm not letting these fuckers beat me. And I went back, and I was working in plaster for a month. This one boy did kick off, and I hit him over the fucking head with a plaster as well, but as you do.
Yeah. Fair enough, isn't it?
But like I said, it never put me off. It's just clockwork. And like I said, lockdown was hard. I lost a lot of money. I was stuck in the house, had no money. I was fucking smoking too many of these. I was eating too much. Went up to 25 stone. And then I was on certain pains in my stomach. I thought, this is it. I'm having a heart attack. And the following day, that was it for me. And I started dieting, which was 8 weeks ago. I'm on the 9th week, and I've lost 23 pounds now. I'm back in the door, I'm back in the pads, feel sharp. And just got to go in now, but get the money.
Well, well done on your weight loss. You know, it's a tough journey on weight loss. On the weight loss.
Oh, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the weight loss journey as well, and it can be a fucker, especially mentally as well. It's a pain in the ass.
Oh, mentally. The first 5 days I was doing it, I quit the fags and the diet on the Sunday. And then on the Thursday, I was the grumpiest fucker in the house. The kids started noticing it, the missus started noticing it. And my missus said to me, here's my card, go down the shop and get 20 fags. I said, well, no. And she said, go get 20 fags. And you know what, I changed. I had my 20 fags. And then I thought I just got to concentrate on the diet then now. But I'm back on them now. I did quit for 5 days, but it's hard. But
it is what it is, isn't it?
It
right.
is. But
so let's talk about your book. The book you have, which is called Total Respect, My Life on the Doors. That is available on Amazon. Again, I will put it in the description below as well for anybody who would like to purchase the book. It was there for you. So what made you decide? What made you decide that you wanted to write a book?
When I was bouncing years ago, I don't know what it was. I didn't have a computer then. I go back 25 years ago. So when it was good stories, I used to go home and I write them on paper, A4 paper. And so I done that for years. I had about 45 pages of A4 paper with all these stories on. And I just tuck them away, go into the attic, move house, it's still there. So I knew they were there. Then one day, computers come in. I started jotting all the notes down, 1 page down, 2 pages down. So I had like 40,000 words of my first 10, 15 years of life. But then I also run Lenny McLean, the governor, ex-bare-knuckle fighter, he passed away now. I also started running his wife's website about 23 years ago. And then I got so into that, I got fascinated with him. And then I ended up writing a book on him called The Governor Through the Eyes of Others. So I travel all around London on my own and with other people. So I wrote that book, and then I was always fascinated writing, writing books. So I started doing my second Lenny book, which came out 2 years ago, called The Governor Revealed. And then I speak to my mate one day, and I was on about these stories, and I'd always tell him, like me and you talking now, I phone him up, the book author I wrote the Lenny book with, phone him up on a Sunday morning, fucking, this happened last night, this happened. And he said to me, you want to write a fucking book? He said, you got to get it down. I said, no one wants to read my fucking book. And then it just went on and on like that. And then I said, right, I'm going to start writing down now the last 10 years. I did with the other stuff I had, because I went and got all these notes out of the attic, which I haven't seen like for 10 years. And when I was reading them back, if I had to sit down there now, I'd forgotten half it. So it was lucky I wrote it down. And then we worked on it together. He spent a lot of hours there, Lee Wortley, and he spent a lot of hours. He got it up to, I think it was 107,000 words. And then we went and got a publishing deal, released it, done book signings in Murphy. I had hundreds of people turn up. Brilliant, all photos on my website. And it's surprising, I think a lot of people are buying it to see if I knocked them out in Murphy. But it done really well. And then we said we done the Murphy market and a couple online. And then we said, right, let's put it on Amazon now. We got nothing to lose. We threw it on Amazon. And then 2 weeks later, Wales Online had picked the story up. It went to #1 on Amazon. And then next thing you know, Wales Online, the national papers had taken it on. And I was ended up on, I think it was like 30 or 25 websites all over. So it was in the London paper, it was in Scotland. And if you Google it, just go on there, you'll see all the different articles. It's the same story, but it's passed all around the world. But that was released in December. We put it on Amazon in January. And like I said, we're still selling every month. It's doing well, it's still in the charts. And it's a good read. I've had some amazing feedback of it. And it's realistic. I don't lie. I don't need to make anything up. And it's the truth. And it's, like I said, it's #1. It's been #1. I can't ask for more than that. Like.
Oh, well, again, well done on the book launch. Sounds good. I joined the group page on Facebook earlier, and the amount of feedback on there, everybody's got such a positive word, like, with you and the book and everything. It's nice to see. It's refreshing, if you will. Right. So, can you still hear me? Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
Cool. Right. So this is my favorite part of the show now. Called CueBall's Cutouts. CueBall's Cutouts. So as you all know, I find a picture, I secretly stalk somebody for the day. Try and find a picture. It's either going to be funny, nostalgic, embarrassing, whatever. But just for this, because I'm a nice guy, I've done a nostalgic. Oh, I have done nothing embarrassing this time. It's just too fucking much. So I decided to go down the nostalgia route of wrestling. So we've got the photo up now, if you can see it. Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see all right.
So just for the sake of whatever, if people watching this can't see this picture, I shall post it on whilst I'm editing. But there we go. So talk to me about this. I mean,
I'm right. My eyes are bad. I'm looking to see who's in it. Right one, yeah. That's when we had Tracy Smothers down for a couple of days. I think I was in Aberfan Social Club, and funny story with Tracy Smothers came and phoned me up one day and said, Bass, he said, I got a match you. Do you want to face Tracy Smothers? Now, I'd only been doing it about 8 months, 9 months, and I thought it was one of Cayman's ribs. So I said, oh, yeah, right, fucking okay. And I said, but it turns out it was true. And I said, look, I haven't got the confidence enough. I'm going in with Tracy Smothers, and so I left it there. And I think Cayman made a thought him that day, yeah? But Cayman stayed in touch with him, and he kept coming back to Celtic. I think he done a seminar in Cardiff, and lovely person, really helpful. But what I remember about that show, I can't remember who I fought that night. Trimble will help me out on that one. But I'd had a match, and Tracy Smothers watched every match through the curtain. He come back, and so I come back, and he was there, and he's watching. And he pulled us over, the two of us. And I don't know if Cayman had asked him to give the boys, some confidence or feedback, or he just done it himself. And I can't remember. Like I said, he talked to us about a match, and it was Tracy fucking Smothers, and I was going, oh, thank you very much. But yeah, the sound guy, but I think he went on to win the Celtic Wrestling title then, and but he was a great guy. I'm trying to see what's in that photo. I can see Recall, Cade Carlos, another good guy. He learned me a lot, Cade Carlos. Mad Dog Max in the front, another one. There's so much brilliant wrestlers. Perfect. Lindenham with the art. Matt Menster.
Johnny the Body.
Johnny, yeah, my eyes are bad too.
He's
Johnny
just
Vardy.
yeah, he's in front of Scouts ears, and then you got
There's a WWE X NXT UK wrestler in the back there, but we won't mention him. Who else is there? Yeah, it was a great night. I remember that. Like, he was sound, Tracy was. I don't know where he went after the shows, though. I don't know if he came and was putting him up in hotels. I can't remember that, because like you said, I was doing the ring iron and stuff and that then, so he probably gone when I was still helping out with stuff and putting the rings away. But what I remember him is it was a good night, that one.
So there we go. So that's CueBall's cutouts of the week, because apparently that's what I put down on my graphics, so that's what it's going to be. So, this is a question that might bring a bit of a downer, so I get a bit cautious about asking it. If you want to answer it, that's fine. If you don't want to, again, completely fine. But mental health, because I feel like it should be spoken to more than what it is now. Are you happy to continue?
Yeah.
Cool. So obviously, through life, I say everybody, but a lot of people do suffer with mental health, whether it be in depression, anxiety, bipolar, you name it. That could be it. So how do you, I'm not sure, do you suffer with mental health?
No, not really.
Okay.
I suffered with depression in the past and other stuff, so if you count that. But
depression, yeah.
What I tend to do, and this is for the last, what I can remember, I got to keep my brain active. If it goes quiet, I don't know what to do next. It's hard to explain. So if I go from here tonight now, I'll be thinking of comedy videos. I'm a paedophile now, so I'll have to do some research and stuff later. I got to keep my brain active all the time. It's hard to explain, but I have lost 2 very, very close mates to mental health, committed suicide from the doors. I worked with one on a Friday night, and 2 days later, he hung himself. That hit me fucking hard. I was depressed for months and that. But, and then the other one then, who I was really, really close with, I had my second child, and he came up the house on a Tuesday, and I hadn't seen him for a couple of months because he had a new job. He finished on the doors, and he came up the house. He held the baby, he had some cake, he was there for 2 hours. He left my house, and 2 hours, and he said, I'm going to see you boss Friday to see if I can come back in the doors. He said, I'm missing it. And 2 days later, I had a phone call in the morning, and he fucking hung himself. And like you said, his kids, what he's left there, the heartache and all that, but obviously he was in a bad place, which I couldn't, it fucking racked my brains out. And the same with the 2 of them, and because I'd seen them 2 days before, and you're just going through things, everything he said, and so you don't know what's going on in people's heads, but people got to start talking about it, and because like you said, depression, and they think it's the end of the world, but it's not good, like. But like I said, I have stuff. I'll go back to wrestling, depression. I don't know if you know this. I got sued twice. I won't go into the incidents, and really none of them was my fault. And I helped out so much. I visited the one in hospital for months after. I even took him to a Celtic wrestling show a couple of months after he had his operation, and a couple of months later, then I ended up getting sued for negligence or something like that. It was. So that hit me bad, and then I got over that one. I wouldn't say got over it. He was all right. He's not all right, but he's doing okay. And I started running shows again, and then it was a bad accident in Cardiff. And like I said, I'll help anyone. This wrestler was from up England way, and I offered all his family, and I was going to go down on the Sunday and visit him. And I had a phone call off his brother then saying, oh, look, there's no visitors now. We're not even no visitors in. So I was sending people messages and asking how he was. And then 2 months later, I get a fucking letter through the door. I'm being sued. Now, like I said, I wasn't even in that wrestling match. So I'm getting sued. The venues, they tried to sue the venue first because they cancelled one of those shows. And then when they couldn't sue the venue, then they come for me. But like I said, and to try and find this any sports incident, try and find a solicitor to go with you in court. No one will take it on. So on the one case, me and my brother, Sweet Sugar, we defended ourselves. And like I said, the wrestlers hadn't told their parents everything. And me and my brother ended up winning the case, I mean, because we hadn't done nothing wrong, I mean, but that fucked my head right up. It got to the stage, I was being sued, and then I couldn't, because I was a promoter of Celtic wrestling by now. I've been doing, good shows, get on with all the boys, and that's why I called it a day. Then someone else took over. I did manage to go back for a couple of shows later on, because he was packing the promoting, and I ran a few shows, but like I said we'll get around to that later.
So basically,
if I just speak on one thing, meant last year, a lot of people know this, I put it on Facebook, get a lot of positive feedback because I went out and mentioned it. My daughter was hooked on cannabis, we thought, and then she went out to some parties, taking acid or LSD, and she ended up having a mental fucking breakdown. It was the hardest part of her life. She was in back and forth hospitals. She didn't know what she was. She didn't know what she was doing. She was suicidal. And it was the hardest 2 months of my life. I see someone like that, and I mean, it broke your heart, especially your own daughter. But we got to the stage, we had to hold her down because she was trying to, get out of the house, jump out the windows, anything. But on a positive note, like I said, we got her through it, and it's a year later now. She started a new job. She's like a different woman altogether. But so I have actually seen it, which I don't think anyone should see. I could write a book on it, and I mean, it's horrible. Like,
I'm glad your daughter's doing well now, because mental health is awful. It's like depression. It's the kick in the ass. It really is. I mean, I know everybody's different with it, and like you said, I find keeping my mind active actually does help with my mental health. It's different for everybody. I mean, dieting as well. Since I've been doing the diet, my mental health has been a bit better. Just keep it busy, I suppose. If you can.
Yeah. Well, I seen you post the other day when I think you was having a bit of a breakdown. I think you said, and I mean, it broke my fucking heart reading it. I mean, I don't know you. I never met you. I met you once, like you said, at Scout's wedding. But to see someone like that, and you've been positive, so positive, posting the videos, and then just to see you like that, and like you said, it's up and down, and it can come. You got to keep our brain active. I think that's the way I look at it. But yeah, I think once the brain is not active, I got so much going on in my life. I'm gonna have 8 hours in a day. I only sleep about 4 hours a night. I don't go to bed till 4 o'clock in the night, and I'm back up 8 or 9 in the morning, and I'm just doing stuff all day with the kids, the missus, or the projects I'm working on all the time. But it is hard, and but like I said, there's people out there. You got to speak up on it, because, like I said, I've lost good mates to suicide and other stuff, and it's fucking horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah. So it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
There we go. So just speak to somebody. Doesn't have to be your family. You can speak to your friends or just anybody. There's always somebody out there who is willing to talk to you. They'd just rather talk to you than have to talk about you at your funeral. I didn't mean to sound what's the word?
When my daughter had 500 messages, I still haven't answered them now, Q. And that's a God's honest truth. I hope they don't think I'm being ignorant. I just do a post, and I had wrestlers contact me, people in mental health, carers, everyone. I mean, everyone come forward with what happened to my daughter, and I mean, amazing. I can't thank them all enough. I mean, but and not just that, some were checking on us as well. They saying, look, we know your daughter's going through it, but do you need help? And they asked us that in the hospital, me and the missus. They said, look, what are you going through? Parents are not ready for this. And they offered us our own counselling as well. But we were so strong, we had to get her through it. And we done it, but it does affect you. But I just think back now, I see that every day. I just took her back home now, and to see her, I guess, is brilliant.
Definitely. Like I said, I'm glad your daughter's doing really well.
Okay.
So, let's go on to a lighter note. Now, I got one more question. No, 2 more questions, and then we'll go on to the fan submitted questions. Fan submitted questions. There's a mess up there. So Celtic Wrestling, you done your time there as a promoter.
Yeah.
And what, if you can go into detail, what happened with Celtic Wrestling? How come it faded away?
Faded away. First time, it all got on top of Cayman, which he said in an interview the other day. I won't go into detail because I hope he needs to do a show for you and he can tell you himself. He offered me the chance. He said, Bass, I think you're the only one I can trust to run it. I'm confident enough. And so I said, look, I'll give it a go. I thought about it for a while. I thought, do I, don't I? And I thought, right, I'll give it a go. Because I was doing a lot for Cayman anyway. You know what I mean? I was doing all the flyers in, putting the ring up. And I thought, it can't be that much harder to run the actual show. And I did run, saying that. Cayman was in hospital once. And I think it was the night I won the tag team belts, the first tag team CW belts. And I had to run that show because Cayman was hospital. So I had that good experience about it. But like I said, Cayman had had enough. I took over. I can't remember the exact dates, how long I ran it for. Like I said, that was the first time I got sued then, but it was like a trainee in a local centre. And then I run it. I got sued on the other show in Cardiff. And then I just thought, I can continue wrestling, but if I'm being sued, I can't go running shows. So I called it a day. I said, look, I'm going to leave it. And it's Johnny Miller stepped up then. And he had big plans. We had like a launch night. We was all there. He done a talk. He's going to take it to places. He's going to take it to media. And we was all there. Scout Sam, Psycho, and all in his room. Titan, I think it was. Sugar. And it looked positive. I thought, oh, this is the future. He's doing well. So Cayman ended up coming back. I was there. Me and Cayman had a couple of wrestling matches. We done a charity show for Millard. And then after three months, I think Millard said there is a documentary out called The One Man Riot. I think you've seen. And the story is told in there. So it won't be, I guess, on telly one day, but I can't see it. But at the end of the day, I'm going to put it on YouTube myself as well. They've had long enough. But one of the filmmakers have passed away. So but then going back, Millard was finishing. Someone phoned me up and they wanted another show. I think it was a bank holiday show. And so I phoned Cayman. I said, look, there's a chance here. You can put a show on. So Cayman put a show on, I think, for a day. And I think it was like about 15 matches. There was crackers down. It was out in, it's on the end of the documentary, as you've seen. And then I don't know why, Cayman finished again. And because he was going to run it, he finished again. So I thought, right, I was over the sue part now. I had the thing saying it was no longer being taken on. It wasn't my fault, which it wasn't. And at the end of the day, it was no one's fault. It was an accident anyway. But so then I come back to Celtic Wrestling. I took it on, and then another good run then, which led me up to my accident. I don't know if you want to talk about that now, quick, or
we'll save it for the question because somebody has asked about it.
Sorry. Right. So yeah, that was basically it. I took it on for a few more shows. How did it fade away? Basically, because I had that accident, I lost a lot. I wasn't in the ring. It didn't feel the same. It was hard promoting. I mean, it does get you as well. You get depressed. You think, oh, wait a minute, I've done this. I put 1,000 flyers out. And I've sold fucking 20 tickets. And things like that get you. And I'm thinking, is it all worth it? And the point, it got to the stage. Basically, I think, because I wasn't wrestling on it as well, I just lost a lot in it. But I wouldn't say it's dead because I still kept that wrestling page going. You know what I mean? The lowest lot of Dragon Pro and other stuff. But like I said, anyone can advertise on it. Yourself, anyone. And it's always there. I mean, I still own all the belts. I got to pick them up because the boys have still got them. But I still own the 4 belts. The tag team belts, the interactive, the 2 tag team, and the interactive and the heavyweight. And like you, I think it was you who got asked, would you ever promote again? And you said, never say never. So who knows what the future holds?
Who knows? Who knows, eh? Ooh, who knows? Just got to see what the future brings, I'm afraid. But yeah, so my last question to you, because we're going to just shy away from that a little bit before stuff. If you start getting messages. So my last question to you, Bassey, is how do you want to be remembered?
Remembered? I like to be remembered as a big, what you call, big, speedy, athletic wrestler. Had some good matches in Celtic. Like I said, I didn't wrestle just in Celtic. I wrestled in England as well. I won other titles as well. I won HEW tag team titles. Me and my brother went to England. I like to think I left my. Well, I know for a fact I've left my mark on the. Because when I'm in Murphy, I walk around and all these kids. But like I said, they were so long ago. They were 11 or 10, and people come on in the nightclub now going, "You Bassey, you know?" And I'm going, "What?" I said, "So I didn't. I see you wrestler, but I'm eight to 10 years older now." But and I used to go over to school in the mornings, and it'd be after the match, and and the school was only quarter of a mile from the club we wrestled at. And we had 200 people in this club. Gurness Club is a rough place. I think Scouts mentioned it. And I go over to school the next day, and the teacher said to me, all the kids, they still had the autograph of me, Bassey, on their arms. They wouldn't take it off. And they were all coming over to school. So I used to, I mean, it used to be a nice feeling. But like I said, I like to think I done well in the promoting side of it. I always, I mean, I looked after everyone. I tried to give them as much money as I can. You know yourself, unless you're a big promoter like Alan Ravenel, who's a businessman, just does the shows. But if you're doing little shows in pubs and you know yourself, there's no money in it. I mean, but I never done it for the money. And I said that on the One Man Riot. I said for documentary, I was only in there for the entertainment. If people are happy, if I went home with a tenner, if I lost money, it won't bother me. But so I like to think I'll be remembered. Even all these boys who've gone on to NXT UK, they always spoke highly of me. I mean, they were just backstabbers and wrestlers who probably speak in you back, which I've had in the past, but I won't go into that. And so basically, I like to people think of me, yeah, he was a good promoter, can still be a good promoter, just leave out there. And like I said, good wrestler, good CW heavyweight champion. And that's basically it. I mean, it's just another part of my journey here, as I call it in the book. You know what I mean? The boxing, the rugby, wrestling. And now I'm a paedophile and flat out. And that's my main job in life now, is to catch as many of these dirty bastards as I can. So
hopefully, from everything I've been told by the old Celtic guys, you have their respect. They can't speak enough. Yeah, they speak highly of you, basically. There's never a bad word about you.
Well, I watched a few. Like I said, Danny spoke highly, Scouts, even T-Bone. I had good mentions of T-Bone. I mean, T-Bone, cracking guy, good worker. You know yourself. I'm going to brag him up. He's going places and he's doing well. And it's nice to see Danny Owens as well. He's done so fucking well. He have. I've seen him. 13, 14-year-old kid. 6 stone. I don't know how much he is now. He's bulked up a bit, doesn't he? But and he's holding his belts like that. And when he gives me goosebumps. I think he's done so well. He haven't left it there, and he continued on his own. He used to travel to Murphy, and in all fairness to him,
Wow. So that's all my questions for you, Bass. We will go on to the fan-submitted questions now. First question is from Daniel Thomas. So what went through your mind when you damaged your leg in the CW Tag Team Championship match?
Oh, fucking hell.
Probably that, wasn't it?
Fucking hell. I thought I'd been stabbed in the leg. I couldn't work out. What it was before the show, it was a half hour to go, and I was a promoter. And me and my brother, Sweet Sugar, there, he was helping me out. And someone was running the ropes, and the fucking ropes are nearly going over. So I pulled up the ringer here, man, I won't say his name. And I said, these ropes are fucking loose. He said, we'll tighten them before the show. So I'm not blaming him, but there's a couple of different things. So anyway, I was promoting, I was fat, I was trying to sort people's matches out backstage. And I think I was on second of the night, because there's only all the other boys sorting things out. So I didn't put knee fucking supports on as well. Now, my knees, I've had arthritis in my knees since I was 30 years of age from the rugby and boxing. So, and both my knees are disintegrated, they dead ones. So I didn't put knee supports on, which could have been it. I don't know. Anyway, I come out for the match. I runs around the crowd. Someone's tipped a fucking pint of beer over the floor. I've slid. I'm a laughing stock. I've gone down on the floor, gets back up, laughing, trying to play it off, innit? Gets in the ring normal. So we have the match, 10-minute match. We was up against T-Bone and, fucking hell.
Cowboy.
I think it was Lyndon Arm. I'm not 100% on that. I think it was him. Scouse had pulled out for some reason. I think he's having a few issues. And Lyndon Arm had the belt as well. But so basically, it come to the end of the match. I've gone up on the second rope. And so I got wet trainers, no knee supports. And I've gone up on the top. So I've gone up on the second rope. I've looked at the crowd like that. And they're going, top rope, top rope. And I've done this so many times, 20 stone plus. I just get up on that top rope, little bounce, and fucking flattens them. And so anyway, they go on top rope, and I thought, oh, fuck, I'm only supposed to do this. There's only 3 moves left to go to the match, right? And so I've gone up on the top rope, and as I've gone like that, the one side buckled. And it's on video, the rope buckled. Now, was it because I was a fat bastard at the time and I was 20 plus stone? I don't know. But was the rope just loose? I don't know. But anyway, as I've gone like that, the dive is gone, but in mid-air, I could feel like a stabbing pain in my leg. So I've hit the floor. I managed just about to get the elbow onto the wrestler. Now, I could hear a few people laughing. I thought, they've clocked on. I've just fucking slipped. Or whatever. So I've gone to get back up, and there's no fucking leg yet. You've seen the Vince McMahon one in the Rumble, and when he runs in, he goes to get up, the fucking quad is gone, right? So I done exactly the same as him and Triple H, so what happened to him, the quadricep tear. So there is no fucking leg there, there's no wire there, it's just gone. So I've gone down, and then the referee could see, because he thought T-Bone knew, and fair play, he was so professional, and Daniel they knew he was going to win the belts the next minute or half later. So anyway, T-Bone runs in, grabs Danny, he says, roll me up, roll me up. And I got to be honest, you will see on video, Danny Owens done one of the best roll-ups, so quick and fast, with T-Bone's experience to use his head. Roll him up. Danny's in the ring celebrating. I'm outside the fucking ring. I'm lying on the floor. People are thinking I'm acting. All these kids are going, come on, Bass, get up. I can't fucking move. My leg snapped. And so I'm outside. So I'm just thinking, what the fuck do I do here? And I thought, I didn't think of the rest of the show. I was just thinking, I'm in so much pain here. And then Sweet Sugar caught on. Someone said, your brother's fucking, he's hurt out there. Like, but Danny's in the ring, he got the belts. So Sugar comes out, he lifts me up. I said, it's gone, this fuck. So Sugar's holding me. And fair play, Danny, I couldn't get back in the ring to celebrate. We done outside the ring, we stood there 3 of us. We had our hands up. And my brother carried me all the way to the back. So I got in the back, K-Man's there, like, oh, he's all right. I know he's a fucking first aider and all. It's all right, put some water on your head and all this. And then next minute, and I still had like with adrenaline, because the adrenaline was running in and I just went ill. I got rushed over to the hospital, my other brother. I was in there 5 hours. They let me out. They said there's nothing we can do till the bruising comes out. So I went up a couple of days later. They done a test, put your leg up, and he said, oops. He said, your quadricep tendon snapped. He said, can you come back up this afternoon? He said, and we do emergency operation. So I went up. They couldn't get me in the afternoon. Then I went back up the following day, and I had the operation, and I ended up in hospital 5 days. I was at 5 months in the house, 4 or 5 months on a set year. Couldn't get up the stairs, plaster up to my groin. And then I had to go into rehab, like fucking Austin with this big thing on your leg, contraption. And basically for the next 6 months, I just about walk. I couldn't run or anything. I thought my life was over. I thought I can't get out walking, frisky anymore and stuff. Wrestling is gone completely. And so basically, but it came back to me. I ended up going back, I had the year off of doors. And then I ended up going back on the doors with it, and it started coming right, it loosening up, but it was hard times, you know what I mean? I lost my job in work as well because I couldn't go to work with it, so it was a nightmare at the time.
Well, there you go, Daniel. There's your answer. Jonathan James, this wasn't a question, I thought it was, but I read it wrong. But anyway, it's a nice positive comment. It says, Celtic, best heel, best babyface, and beat champions in all 3 categories. That's a nice comment.
Best heel, best babyface, and what's the other one?
And beat champions in all 3 categories.
Best heel, probably me and Tommy Dean and Chris Recall. When they were in the system together, when we were doing the rock and wrestling days, they were fucking hated. They were getting spat on, cans thrown at them. And Tommy Dean was like a football thing, and he was giving it them. He's in their faces. So I'd probably say them 2 best heels off the top of my head. Best faces. Local, probably Cayman, wherever he went. Cayman, Cardiff, England, Merthyr. He was probably the best face. And what was the other one?
Best champion in all 3 categories.
One champion, best champion, CW champion. Oh, fucking hell. It's so many. It's
Trimble. You need Trimble.
Trimble. Probably Mad Dog Max held it. Cayman had it. Johnny Storm is a one-off. I mean, I won't even put it on him. I mean, nothing against him. He was an outstanding wrestler. But I think he was only put on him because he was a name. I mean, he come back for a few shows. Smothers. I mean, he held it. Chris Rico was a good champion. But I don't know. Me? No, me. No. But like I said, that's probably things. Interactive title. Oh, God. Few had that as well. Fun about Tommy Dean had it. Kingman Recall, they've all won that as well. Tag teams. Probably Scouse and Am, because they had so many matches as a thing. Another team I put together was Mark Andrews, the Lightning Kid, and Thunderbolt Tommy Dean. Thunder and Lightning, they were called. I think they had a good run of 5 or 6 matches in a row. They worked really well together, and they were a good tag team. When I won the first tag team belts with Andy Boy Simmons, I shouldn't mention his fucking name, but there we go. Innocent and proven guilty. But he was a big name again. He was a pretty big name in the UK. But then, like I said, I had a few matches in. We got a feud. But probably, like I said, probably Scouse and Arm or for the Madness. Guys, actual teams who done a lot. Like I said, I won the tag team belts with Cayman as well, but I guess won one match and lost the other. But
yeah, I love Method of Madness, and I hope they return. You know, you never know. Like I said, never say never.
Well, I think isn't Lyndon Arm teaming with Blanchard now? Aaron Blanchard?
No, that is Dangerous, Danny Owens, and Bland Fart. That's who that is.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting that.
Yes, they have beef. They have beef with Year and Scare, apparently. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, they got a bit of beef with us. Haven't done anything wrong.
I got to saying this. I watched a few matches now on the way you work, and I think you and Year and Scare, Method of Madness. I think that'll be a future match, so that'll be pretty good, I will.
Oh, appreciate it, thank you. So last question is by Chris Edmonds. He wants to know what your worst memory is in wrestling.
Worst memory? Oh,
how long you got?
Probably the worst memory was I was in a match with Chris Rico in Cardiff. We was main eventing. I think we were main eventing because Mad Dog Max had to go back to England earlier. So Cayman and Mad Dog Max went on like 2 or 3 matches before us. And me and Rico had a match set up. It was just going to be all in ring, right? And so Cayman and Mad Dog had gone everywhere. Gone, the crowd smashed everyone up. People were going nuts. Me and Rico are watching this again. How the fuck are we going to top this? We're in the main event, yeah? And these pair are going on the ring. And so we left them to it. So Rico says to me, Bass, we got to go hardcore. Oh, you want to go? I don't fucking mind. I said I love hardcore. So, and So he said, right, we'll go out. As soon as we get in the ring, we'll go out. We start beating fucking to each other, just smashing each other. So we've gone in there. I've thrown him out the fucking ring. And so I've gone after him like, he uppercut me the balls. And then he knocked my fucking balls into my mouth. And that was the start of it. So he's picking all these bags up. He's hitting me. And he's like row of kids' chairs. So he's hitting me, and it's on YouTube, you see him, he welts me with one of them about 10 times across the back, and everyone was fucking hurting. So anyways, I thinking, fucking hell, when's my comeback here? And I thought, and I waited again, and he goes, right, uppercut. So I fucking had him, threw him in the wall. Anyway, I beat him up for a minute, his turn to come back. He picks up a steel chair, and he got a steel chair, and he went to know. He smashes me across the back of the chair. I go flying forward. And then as I turn round, now I'm not one to put my hands up like that to fucking take a chair shot. If I'm going to hit with the chair, I'm going to get it. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't realise now he's going to fucking hit me. So as I've turned around, I come around like, he's hit me with the chair. But on the chair, like I said, they were steel chairs. So there's like a slice. And it sliced me there. I don't know if you can see it. There's a scar there, 6 inches long. And he opened me up, and I was bleeding. There was the best part. I was lying on the floor, and I think I was knocked out. I can't remember. So I'm lying on the floor, and then I'm thinking, oh, fuck, that hurt. And next thing you know, he's grabbed a scarf off one of the fans. He's choking me with a fucking scarf. So I'm bleeding everywhere. He got a scarf. And obviously he looked after me. So you all right? You right? Continue. The ref was there, Ash. You all right? You all right? Keep going, Bass. But anyway, we done a few more. We got in the ring. The next move, he gets in the ring, he goes up for a crossbody off the top rope. I'm supposed to catch him, up on the shoulders, Samoan drop. I get in the ring, I'm concussion. I got concussion. I don't know where the fuck I am. I can't feel my legs. It's just like all my energy gone out of me, I was winded. So he's gone for the crossbody. I've caught him. I've gone straight backwards, and he's landed on me. And he knew when. He thought, oh, fuck, he's hurt me. So he carried on a little bit, and he said, do it again. So he done it again. I was starting to come around a bit, caught him, done it. We continued the match. We batted each other about 10, 15 minutes. There was loads of run-ins, but if you look at a video, it looks terrible. You show me one corner to the other, and I'm like fucking walking it. I can't feel my legs. So I'm hitting the ropes. I'm still bleeding everywhere. I can't see in my eyes, and anyway, the match, there was a few run-ins. He got the win. He won the interactive title, I think it was. So we got to the backstage area, and then we realised how bad the cut was because they cleaned it, and it was just a gap for 6 inches. So I remember there was a boy, and he's passed away now, Ryan McCarthy. He used to help us out a lot, good mate of ours, and he's saying, let me take you to the hospital, Bass. Now, this match was on 11 o'clock. I was supposed to be in work at 11 on the doors. So, get back from Cardiff to Murphy. So I said, no, I'll be all right. I'll drive back now. I goes to the nightclub. I goes in like that. And I thought, I put a bit of finger there. Because I haven't seen it still. Like, I goes back in. The owner of the club, I said, Aunt, get up the hostel. I goes up the hostel and trying to explain to an Indian doctor that he went hit with an iron chair in a fake wrestling match. It was hard work. I mean, so... But anyway, they cleaned it up. They glued me, and I had 16 staples, bump, all across my head with that. But then that was just the fun of it. They bandaged my fucking head like a mummy. So I was like that for 2 days then, and I still made it to the club 2 o'clock to see if all the boys are right. But I hid in a back room because I had a bandaged fucking head. But Chris, God love him to death. No, I mean, he can't speak highly of him. No, I mean, he used to talk me all the way through it. But we used to batter each other. I mean, we had a good street fight once as well. That was off the record. I mean, and he was hated as well as an heel, but he was good heel and face. But so yeah, it was a hard match. That one, probably my worst moment wrestling wise, because I said I had no energy, to continue a match. But I got done it. I got through it. Like.
Well, there we go, Chris. There's your question answered, hopefully. And that's it. That concludes today's episode of CueBall's Beat of Rambles.
Awesome.
Auntie Thomas Bassey, thank you very much for coming on. It's a pleasure speaking to you and actually getting to know your story.
No problem. Enjoy this. Nice.
Right. So, again, everything we spoke about today, all of his YouTube channels, his book, all of that will be in the description below. So if you want to check any of them out, go for it, buy his book, because you have to. I've been CueBall, the bald-headed brawler, the person you love to hate the most. Oh, that fucking crap. I always forget this fucking bit. Share. Just fucking do the YouTube shit, okay? Just do that. So, yeah, anyway. Thanks for your support. Much love from me. Hashtag, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.